Uh-huh. There you go.
Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for joining tonight's episode of Who's Naked Up Here. It's gracious. I'm gracious to see your beautiful faces and your handsome faces tonight. Um, this is an open mic experience for those who are here for the first time. This is definitely a safe place to share. So put your feet up, join in the conversation, and let's have a good time tonight. All right. For those who are new, and would like to share in this room, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. And if you click on that reaction button, you can raise your hand from there. All hands that are raised will be addressed. At this time, I'm allowing for 2 poems per poet. And if the room starts to fill up, then we'll scale back to 1 poem. If the room stays short and you guys want to go another round, I'm willing to do that as well. All right. So again, thank you all for joining. Open your mics up and give each other some love.
Great to see everyone.
Hey,
Yes.
We
it
made
is good to see everyone.
Wednesday night.
I missed
Let's
you
go,
all.
Poets. Let's go, Poets.
Let's go. Yes, indeed.
I have missed you all. It's been 2 weeks off. I have recently started a new business venture, and it's been consuming to my time. But I'm back, and I'm glad to see you all back. And you know, I definitely miss this energy. So let's jump in. As you all know, I like to open up the show. So let everybody know that this is a comfortable space. This is a safe space. And you don't have to worry about any judgment. All we're doing here is embracing one another and uplifting each other. All right. So with that being said, I will open up. Shaki G, good to see you in the room.
What's going on?
You got it, love. It's good to see you tonight.
Hey, Shaki G. I had to say, I had to holler at Shaki G, okay, Mr. Wiz.
No,
holler at me.
by all means.
Hi, Mama Betty.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's always important to me that we love on each other, so I will never shy from that or try to deter you from giving off that. Very important. All right. So we're gonna jump in at this time. Everybody, mute yourselves, please. I hope that we all respect the mic. Don't anybody unmute themselves while anyone is performing their piece. But the comments, the messages is wide open. So use up the chat, say everything you want to say in there, and definitely give love and support to one another. Okay. I know you want to say hello, Miss Betty, so let me go ahead and let you greet her. Hey, Erica.
Hello, everyone.
Brooklyn in the house
No,
all
I'm
day.
be quiet, Mr. Wiz. I'm going to respect everybody. I'm gonna be just like everybody else. I go in the chat and say hello, okay? Y'all, rip y'all poems, okay? Spit, y'all, spit.
Beautiful. I love you for that. Thank you so much. Okay. First piece I'm going to share is called Confiscated Voices. Can you all hear me well? Awesome. Lately, my time has been consumed, fine-tuned into making another's products. Feels like I have drifted off course, partaking in someone else's dream. Again, I see my life leaning to be more manageable. God put me where he felt I was valuable, where my working would be profitable if I keep to his plan. I selfishly used to tell myself, I am my own businessman with no employees. back when I said I'd never work again for anyone harder than I would for me. Something I preached so strongly, unaware of the turn of tables where I'd be in need of help. I never thought I would be the one to need someone or some other hands to help build my dream. Focused on doing everything myself, so my name stitched in the seams of my fabric. Weaving together these very thoughts had me Mosesing my seeds. His reality has a way of keeping us all connected. His silence requiring us to play his music. My pen still shipping the cargo of man, influenced through life experiences. Hoping one day the creative thunder in my art would be loud enough to break through ground. Funny how a vision can have you challenging the speed of light against sound. So I've asked for assistance, confiscated voices, with pitches that brought volumes to my messages. A community of poets, artists who prided better than any commercial advertisement that I ever heard over radio or any image viewed on a television channel. Vibrant people whose vibrations rippled are socialized in media with breath, with life. When God instructs you to raise a dead, you have to come into a stagnant motion and trumpet louder than your vesseled instrument has ever trumpeted before. So my words, his words, have found their horns, their wind instruments and others' vocal cords, light and sound, strum harmonically through the spirit of his music. He taught me to regain pride in our collective, the fiber control of our unexpected. So never again will I take the credit of being my own boss, not while I know he'd been instructing me through every choice and course. So I'm proud to be able to say he's confiscated my voice. Peace.
Let it out, let it out.
That was amazing, Wits.
Thank you all. Thank you. The next piece I'm gonna do is entitled A Place to Nest. I never completely understood the concept of what it meant to be lovebirds and how we see ourselves in nature, yet not as humans. What is love anyway? When lust always seems to find a way to be first. And usually we don't ever be able to call forever in our flesh and mean it. I remember when we used to tattoo trees with our names on hearts bearing Cupid's arrows, scars we've marked that never quite healed under the exposed tree bark. Something about wounding a tree had us thinking we'd stand the test of time. Our flying kept to imagination, the way we saw ourselves soaring together. But it's not only the rays of sun that has been known to clip a wing. I guess that's why they reference love as an uncontrollable falling. It could just be the youth in us that made us believe. But back then, I wasn't sure of what we captured on the trees. Maybe I didn't want to accept the company of love, knowing one day one of us would wield a broken heart, losing the other to another relationship our lust couldn't get beyond. Or maybe it was the significance of what it meant for us to be birds, in fear of a freedom that could feel like wings, doubtful of us ever reaching those heights. But now, with you here by my side, feels like I'm in the arms of an angel. And there are no limits to the peaks we'd climb beyond. I know now, God made you for me. I just hope you can forgive me for taking so long to find you. Life was a mess. I had to clean up one room at a time. And now that I have decluttered the space in my heart, it's like new property deeded to you. And you could live there forever. So I pray that you never outgrow the nest I have made for you here in my chest, inside of my heart. Forever is your chains. Peace.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Lord have mercy.
Thank you. Thank you. You can
And
all.
he's back.
Wow.
Thank you, Kim B. Miller. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate y'all. I will go back and check the chats and get those embraces. I appreciate y'all loving on me and continue to love on each other. That's what the chat is there for. And that's what this space is all about. So with that being said, open your hearts and your mics to show some love to our first poet, the amazing Messiah Payne. Welcome back, brother.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you. So I have 2 poems.
You
You
muted yourself.
muted yourself, sir.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so I have 2 poems to share. And the first is called The Past Becomes the Future in the Present. I become to harbor myself jealously, inhabitable choices, teasing sanctuary that invites an inconclusive remedy of freedom. Still, I observe myself lingering masochistically on past misfortune, the clever betrayal of memory, mind setting foundations of disastrous intimations, personally abused, pawing at emptiness at the base of what I call self, that I might grasp with interminable destiny personal truth as I form in dimensions, tragic and meaningful, wrenching my past into a boundary overlapping with my present, elaborating distant voices, heralds of the irredeemable, claiming eagerly that I cannot create myself in the transparency of good fortune. Such thoughts haunt my every pleasure, berate every possibility. My mind, though my solace, seems to also become my enemy. I sometimes believe that I am a visitor to my mind, that it has somehow been here before me and will be here after I go on, my frame of experience, memory, self-reference, passing into a brief relief, while traces of mind, circumscribed to my fading being, will move to be born again, perhaps as another being, as consciousness, just as energy is never wasted. My mind is a ghost inhabiting my body, seemingly with a purpose to bestow, and these sorrowful reflections are touched with profound meaning, though its meaning sometimes eludes me. Is mind the finger of God, imparting lessons to extol some precipice of understanding, to meet her in honesty, with consequences spooling over fate, which expands infinitely? Perhaps all mind is the first seed of a garden, aeons in the making. We will not see it germinate, but for the small revelations and exorcisms of our memories, where pain of the past arises in the present, pushing for ardent choices into the future, a kind of eternity manages to resonate. It's up to us to determine why and how, to labor for that nascent, unutterable truth in our thought, reveal what was deemed lost or intractable, and process our lives from the perspective of meaning. Pain which haunts our transience of past and present will have its reflection in purpose, and life, the impregnable thrust toward our future, its meaningful reflection in us. And here's the second poem.
Hold on, Messiah, before you move on. Gotta give you your flowers. Your wordplay is always genius, but your thought process is even more magnificent. Um, I love how you connected with your mind. Your mind is, in my eyes, the mind is like the control board of the spirit,
Mhm.
and that's what moves your vessel. And man, the way you acknowledge that in this piece, that the separation, that that's what's happening. That's what's moving you, and it can be scary sometimes because you know you feel like you're visiting yourself, and then you can at times hinder yourself in that fear of what could or should be, especially when you know you think of the past and you say, well, how do I either reinvent that or how do I be greater than that? I just think that was a brilliant write, and I just wanted to give you some love.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, I'm going to read one more. It's called Friends No More. What warm misery could I devise, or perhaps revisit, to make hospitable this inevitable advent of aloneness? You have aborted our simmering calamity, no longer lamenting uneven pretensions to power between us. Was it you who held me in thrall? You say that we were boys, yet my struggle to reach you, to make you only and forever an extension of me, cuts a wound in our bond so deep that in pain it begs to be destroyed. We were not what we knew we could be. Here in the future, we are something unexpected, parsed and restrained. Distance penetrates, and our bond absconds. You are no longer a brother or friend. You are merely an acquaintance, and perhaps that is enough. It isn't remiss of me to say that when I see you, I am pleased that you are no longer as thickly divided in your efficacy as you were when we first met. You have grown, and to struggle for a child's love seems inappropriate for a man's aspirations. This is a small dedication to our maturation and my surrender to departure into new lives, and loneliness has been a good consequence. Your absence complicated things. I imagine we will sometimes be affectionate, the way we used to be, yet never again close. I've already said too much, and I bleed too much. This is a wound that needs mending. Perhaps I'll see you down the path to fulfillment, and the path will also need mending. And as I dress the wound, will you speak to it clearly and honestly? And if you do, will we call it truth? And if it is the truth, will it be enough? Thank you.
Man, y'all open y'all mic.
Wow, that last line, will it be enough? Yeah, that was beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, gorgeous piece.
Yeah.
Definitely, man, definitely. Something you said, You hurt too easy, you bleed too often. What is that? I'm not.
I
speak
bleed
that
too
line.
much.
Um, can you do that stanza again? What was it?
Sure. I've already said too much and I bleed too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's that whole piece was powerful, man. I love your words, man. I love your energy. Thank you for coming and sharing with us again.
Thank you.
Blessings. Y'all give some love to the poet. Right. And while y'all loving on our brother Messiah, open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Nemo soon. Another amazing artist. Welcome, my food dog.
Nemo.
Meow.
I'm wearing my Shocky shirt, so I have the hat, so I'll put it on for a second here. But it's so hot here that if I leave this hat on, I will explode, and we don't want that. So, forgive me. I'm gonna. Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome that you got the shirt and the hat. I think that's super cool. Super cool.
Well, if you don't have the book, yeah, got to get the book. Shocky.
Right.
This guy.
Gotta get the book.
I love you, Nemo.
Okay, so curveball. I'm gonna play the piano tonight, if that's okay with everybody. Can you hear that? Is it loud enough? Too loud? It's good. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Here we
Perfect,
go.
brother.
kind of lost it there at the end.
You are awesome.
Oh my
That's
girl,
beautiful.
that
So
was
you just gonna
beautiful.
sneak in here and like be good at piano and you ain't tell nobody. We could have did an album already. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh wow.
It felt amazing. So thank you for being, for listening and being my audience. I really appreciate it.
Nemo, that was beautiful, bro. I've heard you play before. I see the growth in you. I'm glad to see you back on the keyboard.
We were just
beautiful,
hooked
man.
on. Mhm. Nemo, that was beautiful, Nemo.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
That was awesome, Nemo.
Thank you.
That was poems through your fingers, Nemo. Beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
Beautiful.
forgot that you could play because I
Mhm.
came to the drive-in and I forgot that you could play.
Yeah.
It's been since the drive-in that I have played in public. I've been playing in private, practicing and playing it, but I haven't been. That's the first time I've played in public in probably years. So it felt pretty awesome. So thank you, thank you.
We grateful to have just that experience, to be the first ones to hear you again live. That was beautiful. It definitely was. It brought a mood to the room, man. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, show some love to our brother Nemo for giving us poetry through music tonight. That was dope. While y'all loving on Nemo, open your hearts and your mics and show some love to our newcomer to Who Naked Up Here, the amazing Mo Thoughts. How are you tonight, love?
I'm good.
Gracious to have you in the space. I know we've been trying to tap in and missing you with the links and everything, so I'm grateful to have you tonight.
Yeah, the technology is working good tonight.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. So this piece right here is dedicated to a poet that has gone on. Mr. Laurie Edwards. I wrote this inspirational piece on April the 19th. And so here goes. I remember the day. I remember the hour that I found out that you were no longer on this earth. April 19th was the day that my whole entire perspective on life changed in such a deep and profound way. You were so full of life. The music was still in you. When I saw it on Facebook, I could hardly believe it. My mind could not process the fact that you were no longer on this earth. It took 3 weeks to process the fact that you were no longer on this earth. I will never be the same. I am forever changed. You made such a difference in my life. You taught me the value of promoting myself, of having passion for my craft and using my gift and turning my dreams into reality. You lived your dreams on this earth until it became your reality. And now the fact that you were no longer on this earth, you were greatly missed. You were loved by so many. You had such a great heart and such a beautiful spirit, always willing to support others. You were always encouraging others to use their gifts and talents. But now it's like you're here, but you're not really here, but your spirit still lives on and your music still lives on. You are greatly missed. May you forever rest in peace. It just doesn't seem real, the fact that you are no longer on this earth. But April 19th was the day that my whole perspective of life changed in such a deep and profound way. And now I can no longer take things for granted. Now I realize that each moment counts. You taught me so many lessons through your example. You gave great advice. You were like the big brother that I never had. The loss of you has taught me so many things about life, about not taking anything for granted. But just know that your music still lives on, and you left such an awesome legacy. May you continue to forever rest in peace. You are gone, but definitely not forgotten. Thank you.
Wow, that was an amazing tribute. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, thank you.
It's amazing in his artistry and
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. Your music will live forever. It just was a beautiful, everything was beautiful about that piece.
Thank you.
Showing how not only he has affected you, but he's affected so many.
Mhm.
And in that spirit, he'll never be gone
Right.
or forgotten.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful share. You have another one you want to share with us?
Yes, I have one more. This one is called Letter to a Young King, for all the brothers out there and the young men. Just wanted to offer some encouragement. So here goes. Letter to a Young King. I just want to let you know that you matter in this world. Don't let anyone tell you that you do not matter, because you do. Society will try to tell you who you are and what you are not, based on the color of your skin. The statistics are already stacked against you, but in God's kingdom, you are great and you have a purpose and a plan. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. In Jeremiah 29:11, it states, God knows the plans that he has for you, and they are plans of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So therefore, according to the kingdom, you have an expected end. So do not let anyone tell you different. You are who God says you are. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are created in the image of God. So I say to you, young king, rise up and take your rightful place in this world. You are supposed to take dominion. So therefore, take dominion in this earth. Young king, you matter. Do not let anyone tell you different. Thank you.
Come on, Mo Thoughts.
woo, yes, rise up. Come on. I
Beautiful.
love that. Yes, you know I
Great
love.
to hear you.
That was
Thank you.
that was so great. I hope you continue to share that. I hope a lot more of our young youth, our young males are allowed to receive that message. Um, the time is so crazy right now that we're living in. The behavior of people and the misdirection that has been portrayed through YouTube and film. So I think that piece is very important. Thank you for sharing that tonight. And I hope a lot more of our youth are allowed to bear witness to that message.
Thank you.
Y'all continue to love on the poet. Give us some love to Mo Thoughts. While y'all loving on Mo Thoughts, open your hearts and mics and show some love to the ridiculously amazing Shocky G in the building.
Hey, hey. I feel like I should be promoting something now. And I feel like a bad person. I support. I just, go buy Gifted's book. Go download Nemo's book. It's free on his website. I mean, I don't know. All right. Christopher Moore. I have his last book. Go get that. It's a good read. Let's see. So I'm gonna do a small piece first and then a longer piece. This one I wrote in Kelly's workshop last night. It was after William Carlos Williams. I was supposed to love you. No, I was supposed to love me enough. I knew how to love you right. Instead, I showered you with damage, dragged you through the shards of my broken. You were just looking for someone to save you. Forgive me. The way a corpse forgives an autopsy, the last cut to touch its surface and never heal. All right. And here's another piece. This one's a little bit longer. It is not how you think it will be, standing in someone's crosshairs. There's a thin line between hero and hashtag, and you have no plans to be either. After the last time I cheated death, my cousin told me, the bigger the gun, the closer you want to be to the shooter, in hopes to survive the shot. Standing chest to barrel, his voice is the only thing I hear, telling me flight or fight is my only options, and I am not ready to grow wings yet. His voice in my head says if the man is not trembling, he will not shoot you. Only scared men make rash decisions. Listen, do not mistake this poem for advice. You will almost never make it out alive. When trauma becomes a punchline, you tend to laugh in the face of danger. Laugh to keep from crying. As he lowers the barrel, he says, wow, wasn't even scared. I knew there was a reason I liked you. I guess most urban hunters love an easy target, a deer in headlights. When I am alone again, the levees in my eyelids break and I drown in emotions. There is a thin line between hero and hashtag. Looks a lot like lucky, like less, feels too much like survivor's guilt, like why others don't make it home to cry alone. It's funny. It doesn't always feel good to survive. My cousin has no advice for aftermath. She says, most of us don't make it this far. He says, be happy you are on this phone call and not a t-shirt. That no matter how traumatic it is, this is a memory and not a memorial service. I am used to the grief when the bullet has left its chamber, made itself home in the body of someone I love. But I was not prepared for the pain you feel when the bullet sits on your front steps and then leaves quietly.
Shocky.
Lucas, why are you staring at the screen like that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That one, because you know when you lose someone to gun violence, it's hard to get past. I've lost someone close to me in that mannerism, and you know, it's times like this that it kind of brings you right back there, and you know, it's hard to swallow because it's like, you know, you don't want to believe it, you know, it's hard to it's surreal, you know what I'm saying? It's so surreal. So much you said in there just put me right there in that space. I can't find the words right now to articulate how it affected me, but it definitely got me emotional right now.
I'm sorry, I should have gave a trigger warning.
No, I don't do trigger warnings. The poem is supposed to be the poem. God gave you that message to spread, and I just hope it reaches the ears so it can save lives. Powerful, right? Thank you for sharing it tonight.
Thank
you. Mr. Witz, can I say something?
Yes.
So Saki G, I lost my brother to gun violence, and like Mr. Witz said, it's surreal. But I find that I'm in a community of folks who lost loved ones to violence. So no, there's no need for a trigger warning. This is the world that we live in, okay? This is the world that we live in. And as such, we who are the survivors, we who are the ones who left behind, who lost loved one to gun violence, this is truly a reality. Trigger warning is not necessary This is truly the reality. This is the reality. And life goes on. You remember the goodness of the ones that you lost, and you continue. What we don't want to do is go into a depression. We don't want to have a nervous breakdown. We want to continue to live. We want to live the best life that we can live as a demonstration to the life that we lost, okay? So no, there's never, ever, for me, a need for a trigger warning. This is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. I lost a brother. I can't even tell you the year that he died. I know the year, but I won't tell you the year. But even given that, there are folks who are still dying as a result of gun violence. So it continues. You don't seem to never stop. So we have to continue to live, smile, and continue to be positive. Don't give in to the madness. Just don't give it to. I'm grateful and thankful that, and this might sound weird, but I'm glad that my parents weren't here when he lost his life to gun violence. I'm grateful for that. I thank God that they have went on to glory. You know, I don't know how they would have dealt with that, but they're strong people. I know that much, but never a need for trigger warning. Thank you for that beautiful poem, Shaki G, as usual. All your poems are moving. I love you for your poems.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The poem itself, I was saying trigger warning because it's about a time that I had a gun pulled on me, and the fact that like I'm here to talk about it is where the guilt comes in, because so many people don't get that chance. So
you sound like Walimu. You sound like Coach John. Coach John has that conversation
well,
too.
luckily I didn't have to go through John's situation, you know.
Yeah.
Luckily, in any situation that I've come across that. So, you know.
But again, thank you, Shaki G. I'm guilty this bad boy, but thank you for that.
Thanks.
Thank you for that feedback, for that reassurance, Mama Betty. It was definitely necessary and well expressed. Y'all continue to show some love for the poet, please. And at this time, open your hearts and your mics and show some love to our next poet, the amazing, gifted.
Hello, hello. I had to unmute myself. All right, how y'all doing? Hey. All right. I wasn't gonna go, but I'll be honest. Nemo I was just gonna listen tonight, but Nemo made me decide that, you know, I need to participate. And then when Miss Betty came in, I knew I had to. All right. So I just found a couple. I'm gonna do this piece now. It's unfinished, but I thought I would share this offering and fill it out. And then I'm going to share another piece that I'm working on for an anthology. And it's my first time writing. It's a surrealist poem. And so it was my first time writing. So I love to get some feedback on that. But here's this piece. Too many bumps in the road. Landmine mindset. Maw, maim, and cripple. Visionary movement. The thought of being at the starting gate over and over and over again. Weary the journey. Road maps blur. Clear understanding of never give up. Never give up. Too many bumps in the road. Curtail the steps that you make before you can make it home. Time loses its essence and hope can seem barbed wired to a fence and to the touch, but no man travels a known road. No man travels a known road and get where he's supposed to be. Each tired lean on the post is the carry of your cadence in his arms, allowing you to see the glimmer of hope as vision is restored. So keep climbing, keep climbing, keep climbing. That's that
Yeah.
piece.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
That was
all
beautiful.
right.
Yeah, that was beautiful. No man travels a known road. The, and every lane is a carry of your cadence. Uh, that reassurance that God has you. Just keep traveling. It's so dope. Thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm still working on it. It's not, I haven't signed off like, oh, it's done. So, but thank you. I don't know. I'm still working. Thank you.
I'm glad you
Oh.
decided to share.
All right. I got choked up. It choked me up. I'll just. All right. So this is the Surrealist poem. And Surrealist, I've never have worked on a Surrealist piece, or Surrealism is about the psychoanalyst, like the dream state, like an unconscious thought or mind that's just so far-fetched and so out there, almost like Alice in Wonderland type is what I think of. So this is my piece. Yesterday, I tied the moon to my waist, allowed it to sweep me off my feet, skipping along the stars, sunken eyes popped as we floated high above the mountain of bills, bangles of pain dropping out of my pockets like change. Iridescent Mustangs ran free from cloud to cloud to cloud to cloud, and I caught a ride. I wrangled the calm of his wild and steered his wander of marshmallow tulips, leaving singed black fairy soot along the mirrored trail. Golden dust falls through the silence of the pale purple sky, feeding the hunger of the stale brown grass in the middle of the field of nowhere, where people gather to fill their cups full of leftover dreams. Yesterday, I tied the moon to my waist so that I could have the magnificent shine in my every climb along the way. That's that piece.
Y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet.
Wow, Gifted. That was
Wow.
awesome.
It was.
I love
I
that.
tied the moon to my waist.
I
Yeah.
love
Thank
Really
you.
cool image.
that. I was gonna say that. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The concept of
Wish
that,
me luck. It gets picked.
you don't need no luck.
Oh,
You
thanks.
just need to keep pushing your energy. We'll send positive energy your way. The piece was powerful. The imagery was vivid just from that one line.
Oh, good. Thank
Tied the moon to my waist. Especially when men look at woman as the moon, you know.
yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you.
the correlation wasn't far fetched at all. It just was beautifully descriptive in the wordplay.
Thank you. Oh, I like that one. Oh, and can I say something really quickly? Shaki G, no, I haven't ordered your book. I was trying to get you to share your book with everyone, but also in my attempt to also get your book, because I was taking care of my aunt and doing life stuff, and I kept forgetting. So I wanted you to share your book with everyone, but also so I could just click on it and go get it while it was on my mind. So that's all I was saying. Thank you, Shaki G, and Lua Flowers. Yes, you should be marketing, advertising. Love you. All right. All right. Thank you guys for the space. Thank you, Mr. Witz.
Thank you, and just beautiful. I just love the way that we all love on each other. I think it's so important to get those hugs and feel that in the distance. So, I mean, please keep that up, beyond the screen, beyond the social media. Be that for each other continuously, for real. Just beautiful. Y'all open your hearts and mics and show some love to the poet. And as you're loving on the amazing gift, to keep that energy going for our brother Christopher Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Witz.
Man, thank you for joining us tonight, brother. You snuck in. I didn't even see you come into the room, but I'm gracious to have you.
Yeah, I I kind of was running late tonight. Too many things this week. This is the new piece. It's titled Marionetteville. 1 foot left, 1 foot right. The imaginary strings above my head make me think of every move I make. You trained me well with your fast talk in order to silence those who would question me. What you didn't expect was that this puppet would get scissors to cut his strings, not placating to what you perceive is the right way for me to think. Keep your wooden sticks, but there are no strings on me. Thank you.
Oh man, if y'all not going to say nothing, come on,
Yeah,
Christopher, with that line. Listen,
Nice,
you never
Christopher.
expected this puppet to have scissors to cut my own strings. You better free yourself, my brother, and take
Yes,
control.
that was nice, Christopher. Nice, Christopher.
Thank you.
That is a great piece. Yeah.
I was typing something, and so I was trying to. I was typing a thank you to the whole room, and then when I heard that line, I was just like, "Oh my God, that's great!" And I couldn't do both, but yes, that was an amazing line. So
Thanks, Captain.
yes, yes.
That's the only piece I have for tonight.
Oh,
Thank you.
you teasing us tonight. Well, we glad that you brought something new, man. Oh, that was fire. You definitely a fire poet in my book, man. How's the package going along? Is it available?
My recent book, yes, it is available.
Awesome. What is that? So that's a new piece. That's not inside the book, but the book is out.
Yeah, the book is out. It's been out for a few weeks now.
Okay.
This piece I wrote the other day.
Okay, beautiful, man. And I'm glad your pen's still moving. Make sure you put in the chat where we can find your works, where we can get a hold of that book, and definitely promote yourself, brother. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
I still have author copies if people want signed copies. I still have plenty of those around.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Continue to show that love and support each other along this journey. And keep cutting them strings. I love it. Okay, it's boom, there we go. All right, y'all show some love to the poet. And while y'all loving on our brother Christopher Moore, open your hearts and your minds and show some love to Brooklyn in the house. Tonight from the Erica.
Come on,
Lord,
Brooklyn.
come on, Brooklyn.
Hey everyone. You guys heard this piece before. There's a reason why I'm reading it again for the upteenth time. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. It is If Trees Could Speak. I think about the trees. I think about how they are used, ironically, as metaphors for family. How generations exist according to their roots. how branches are considered extensions of the bloodline. I think about the literal purpose of them, which is to help us breathe, and how that conflicts with their history. A history which assisted in taking breath away from so many. A history that I'm sure even the trees, being a living thing, never fathomed this use of them. I think about how they were an unwilling accessory to so many crimes, crimes against humanity, so sick that the sap has been overflowing continuously from generation to generation repeatedly. How they were repurposed as a true tool for crucifixion, for those to hang and die by asphyxiation, forcefully destined as a prop in the demise of Christ, while longingly awaiting their new role per revelation as the tree of life. How they were used to build ships that brought precious cargo to a strange land, and later laden with strange fruit by the hands of evil man, like ornaments on a Christmas tree. Do you suppose the trees suffer from tree TSD? Could the trauma have been passed deep down to the roots of so many, with no option of therapy, so overwrought in their misery that their times of torment were plenty? Possibly the urge to take their own lives in order to not be accomplices anymore. It's no surprise that some ended up petrified because of their participation before. Perhaps that is what causes some of them to shrivel up and die. No wondering why. I'm amazed at the resiliency that, regardless of generational trauma that many overcome, perhaps those are the stronger ones. They continue to bloom to spite the torment that must consume them with gloom. That they low-key throw shade on their abusers during heinous acts, such as hangings, and of course picnics that are packed as spectators are eager for the attacks for their amusement, but provided a blanket of cover over the abused, and perhaps the leaves are recording these acts, as the cell phones are currently, but with no way of exposing the proof. How they were transformed and later transcribed on in regards to inhumane laws. How their cousins were later intertwined as instruments of discipline, and ironically, used by the very descendants of whom died by them. How they are morphed into currency, which the love of this is considered the root of all evil currently. How not enough of it could adversely cause the destruction of self. I think about the stories they could tell, the secrets they could share from those roots that have preceded them. If trees could speak. Poem. Now, although you guys heard that many times before, there was a reason why I read it tonight. I've just shared with this room. I only shared with a few people, but it appears, albeit baby steps, that my piece was finally published in an anthology. I got the word, what was it, last week? The Case of the Personhood of Trees through Innated Divinity Books. So
Yeah, come on, congratulations. That
Come on, Brooklyn.
uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yay.
Awesome.
please celebrate her.
Congratulations.
thank you.
It was
Yeah.
so much in that piece. Definitely everybody caught the tree TSD line. was
Mm.
just mind blowing.
That's AJ. That's AJ suggested I changed it to from PTSD to tree TSD. I have to give him his props for that.
AJ is definitely a brilliant mind, and he will rewrite your works, won't he? Love that brother. But the piece was amazing. Everything about it. The petrified line, what it, just everything in there, Erica. Everything in there. Thank you for sharing that tonight. I was stumbling on my words because I still a little emotional from the piece earlier, but that definitely was
Thank
another
you.
one that touched my heart too. Knowing what our ancestors went through.
And still going through, the descendants are still going through things. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna rewrite it or not. And I wrote this not too long after I wrote the other one. This one is like a sequel of the poem I just read. Perhaps trees have been communicating all along by tree spirituals through their own songs, like our ancestors. Perhaps this is their way of freeing the bondage of torment in their minds once they are transformed into homes. This may explain why some edifices are haunted. Not all of them were daunted by their abuse. Makes you wonder if their spirit spoke to the human spirit to compel certain cultures to christen a home before dwelling in it, like exorcising potential demons and tortured souls. To not leave to chance generational curses they could bring. We forget that trees are a living being that we cut down and use for other things. Think about it. Where do you suppose the inspiration comes from when we cremate our loved ones, when we use their ashes for jewelry or tattoos, and perhaps other uses? Because we want to believe that we carry them with us always. Just a thought. Who's to say that the tree spirits are not in tandem with our purpose in a spiritual realm when we transcribe on them our thoughts? Interestingly, pencil and paper in their creativity are reunited in silent but expressive cacophony. Weren't Native American people in harmony with the trees? It could explain why evil man tried to destroy them all. What a way to show their humanity. History tends to repeat itself, so there's nothing new under the sun. Evil never wants the truth exposed. God forbid facts ever being disclosed. In all of history, truth is always disposed of by death or some other kind of camouflage. It's the nature of living things to try to destroy what intimidates them. As we live and breathe, books are now sentenced to be banned on demand. History and facts being rewritten like we don't understand, like the acquisition of occupied lands. Tree spirits guided some authors' hands. Perhaps what they witnessed was under command to present truth on demand. And even though evil tries to destroy it, another vessel in the coming generation will expose it. Many musical instruments are made from trees in all of their transformations. They have been used as a source of communication. So they've been speaking to us this entire time. We just need more translation. Poem.
Yeah, open your mics and show some love.
I love the way you end a poem. I mean, I love the way you do a whole poem, but I love the way you end a poem.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I've never read that out loud before, the sequel. I never read that out loud. So I appreciate it. You guys are the first.
Awesome.
Really honored, really strong piece.
Thank you. Thank
I
you so
feel
much.
special.
Yes, yes, we're getting quite a few firsts tonight, and I think that's just amazing to be first to catch our ears. So thank you for sharing with us. I see your pen continuing to grow. I'm proud of you. Keep journeying, and congratulations again on your new accomplishment.
Again, you guys are the only ones that I actually publicly shared that with, because brother Eric Devon from Innate oh God, I can't even pronounce Innate Divinity. He said he hadn't made the formal announcement yet. So I've been kind of like, either I'll DM somebody, or like now I'm letting you guys know what's up. But I had him send me screenshots of the book to make sure. I'm like, I want to see my name. I want to see their ISBN. I'm not playing. I just got to see, make sure that when I'm sharing with somebody, I don't want to feel foolish. And so he sent me the pictures. So I'm like, okay, cool. So it's supposed to be available on Amazon.
That's dope. Congratulations
Yeah.
again.
Thank you.
Hug you enough for that. You deserve it, and I'm glad that you are venturing out, and not the shy Erica that you came into this community being. You definitely grown into yourself. Look at you, big girl. So proud of you.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm doing erotic and everything, Prada's influence, honey drippers. I'm like, y'all, I got to stay away from y'all. Now I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You are doing you. You're right where you're supposed to be. Keep going. Keep going. That being said, y'all keep loving on the poet. Thank you again for sharing with us tonight. And while y'all loving on Erica, Brooklyn in the house, y'all open your hearts and y'all mics and show some love to our brother, the Maggie.
Greetings, poets. I have
What's
one
up?
piece tonight.
Snuck
I
in
have
there
one
on me
piece
too. I
tonight.
didn't see you
called-
tonight.
Excuse me?
I said you snuck in there too. I didn't see you come into the room, man, but I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I was over at Jane Spoken Words gig tonight, the Word Jammin' earlier, and I just snuck into the room, and I'm happy to be here. I have one piece for you tonight. It's called, Is Your God Love? If your God isn't love, then I don't want your God. If your God hates gays and loves the guns that kills classrooms full of innocent children, then fuck you and your God. Get out of my face with your evangelical nonsense. Jesus wouldn't recognize the mess you have made of his simple message of love, and you would be quick to crucify the returned Christ as a communist. Your hypocrisy makes me sick, and the Jesus you invoke would kick you out of the temple so fast your head would spin like a Linda Blair exorcism. Freedom of religion guarantees my freedom from your religion. I do not seek to impose my agnosticism on you. Don't you dare try to impose your bullshit fantasy world on me. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll pass while I still can. But how much longer will this country remain the land of the free? Or will it devolve into a theocracy ruled by straight white Christians for straight white Christians, the rest of us subservient and forced into silence, or worse, made second-class citizens to serve our masters as they preside over end-time disasters? If this future sounds unpleasant to you, for fuck's sake, vote. This is the most important rhyme I ever wrote. Stand for the rights you must hold dear. Make your opposition clear. We are the majority, silent no more. Let's show the world what our freedom is for. Thank you.
I
No,
love
man,
that
y'all
piece so
open your
much.
mic. Always big, man. You always come into the room with big energy, brother. I appreciate you.
That Linda Blair line was fire. Good job.
Yeah, awesome piece.
If your God doesn't come from love, then I don't want your God.
That piece should go out to every backwards redneck community, especially in Pennsylvania. That's my saying to it.
And powerful shit, powerful. Amazing energy tonight, you all. I think we spent around the room. Is there anyone that would like to share anything that we've missed or just want to add on to anything? No, we all
Thank you,
quiet.
Mr. Wentz. Thank
Yeah, I was gonna
you.
say thank you, and hopefully everyone saw the comment in the chat there. But I sent out a thank you, to you all for the love that you shared, with me and for my family, when I missed the last Zoom. I went back and watched it, and you all were just the love that was shared in this room really helped me through. So thank you. And thank you, Mr. Witz. And yeah, that Linda Blair line was something else. I like that line too. I'll put it in the comments.
Only the old heads could understand and relate to it, though. Anybody really young is not going to know what that is, I don't think.
Right.
Well, I didn't know what.
I'm getting old.
Oh God, I know. Don't remind us.
I didn't understand that line.
Exactly.
So no, I'm lying. Yes, I love that. I love that poem. I did.
Yeah, my birthday's in a few weeks. Lord. Jesus, I'm getting there.
Let's continue to grow. Let's be
Oh,
great.
Shockey said, really, Shockey? Linda Blair, I don't know, one of the 80s movies.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, I think it is called The Exorcist. I wasn't
The
sure.
Exorcist, yeah.
From 77, I think.
Oh, is it 70s? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. 70s, yeah. I'd have to look it up, but I think 76 or 77.
I was
Linda
into some,
Blair starred in The Exorcist.
I was into some twisted stuff when I was young. Because I watched all horror, and I don't know. I liked it. So because I did watch it. So
I couldn't deal. I think she was throwing up and her head
yeah, spinning
doing
around.
all kinds of crazy. Yeah, I'm like,
1973, my God.
Oh, I didn't see it then. I must have saw it on repeat or
Yes.
something.
Right, because I wasn't born in '76. But it just showed how powerful that it was, that
Yeah.
you know, and it affected through the generations. That's something that's amazing about art. True art can last forever. It can
Yeah.
always find relevance in the now.
Right. So true.
And horror was really scary back in the days. Like now, everything is made with comedic pretense. So
Yeah.
you know, it kind of, you know, if it's not a remake of something that we've seen before, so you can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. It's like we see the horror coming around the corner. Like
Right.
this is the part. So you know, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to tear down the Screen Guild. They already got
Cinematic.
enough going on
Right.
with AI taking over and
Oh.
they're trying to outright the
Yeah.
artists as well as the actors. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's continue to lift those that we support. And hopefully they'll show up in our communities and support us back.
Amen.
We need them.
So true.
I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. Please, everybody unmute yourself and just scream, love each other.
absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
Yay.
Wonderful evening.
Kim B, hey,
Hi, Kim.
saw the heart come up.
Yeah.
Who,
She's
the
been
poor-
Quiet today.
I guess she's relaxing from her exciting, what was it, the weekend?
Yeah, I don't want to be that person, but she was the only person I didn't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I updated Zoom and my mic has been going off and on and off. I'm like, forget it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
All
all
right. Well, we love you.
her. Yeah. But I missed my opportunity when she was in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
You missed something special that night. Oh my
I
goodness.
know I did. I hate it. I hate it. Trust.
Hey,
I hate-
Mr. Hey, Mr. Witz,
Yes, Queen.
do the poet laureate have a haiku for us?
Does she?
Poet laureate Kim, do you have a haiku? I voted for you. I voted for you, Kim. So give me a haiku, please.
Dang. The pressure. The pressure.
The pressure.
Watch the master at work, right?
I love it.
Yeah, Nemo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can
Okay,
hear you.
I was just talking, my mic went out again, so I guess a haiku is probably all I'll be able to get out. Let's see if I can think of one. Okay, haiku. Misery doesn't love company. Misery knows family.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's deep. That's deep.
it is. It is because
Love it.
I do too. Oh, wow.
that company is something different, something
Wow.
special about it.
Wow.
Oh.
Kim, that is so appropriate to what I'm going through as we speak. Oh my gosh. Look at God.
Amen.
Come on, Kim.
Thank you, baby.
Love it. Out. Mm,
Always something powerful to leave us with. And
that is. That is.
congratulations on your nomination.
Yes.
Thank
Again,
y'all for the love. You know, I appreciate y'all.
yes, we love you right back, Queen.
Amen.
Continue to support you. Everybody, make sure y'all continue to amp each other up, support each other wherever you may find one another. Hopefully, it'll be in each other's cities and states, and not just behind these walls, or shall I say these squared screens. I thank you all for joining. It's been another amazing episode of Who's Naked up in here.
Yes.
You know, you're all family to me, and I so appreciate you coming in and, you know, putting your feet up and finding a comfort spot to lay, sit, and just express yourself the best way that you all know how through poetry. I love y'all. Have a beautiful evening, and
You
until
too.
next week, or until another social media screen, may you all continue to live your life, keep shining your light for the universe to see, and be instrumental as God made you. I love you all. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Y'all, take care.
Love all
Take
you
care.
guys.
Thank you.
Keep on
Bye-bye.
playing your music, Nemo. Keep playing that
Both
music. Nemo.
dogs, Virginia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Bye.
Nemo. That was beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thank you.